Morning, motherfuckers. Rise and shine. I know it's early, but it might be time to pop the champagne corks because Donald Trump's indictment appears to have been expanded to cover destroying evidence. That's right, you sexy TikToky bastards. The big, bloated, orange, callous, narcissistic right-wing populist has had the Mar-a-Lago raid indictment for retaining information, secrets, after his presidency had completed. You remember they raided it and they found a load of stuff in his bathroom, in old boxes and stuff. Well, the Department of Justice filed an expanded indictment yesterday that contained additional instances of obstruction of justice, but more interestingly, an attempt to delete surveillance video. Now, much like the big dog Boris Johnson, the problem with people like Trump is they don't just debase themselves. They drag everybody else down with them. And I don't mean, journalists or people on their political teams or campaign staff. I mean just like regular people. As this latest set of charges includes some thrown at somebody called Carlos de Oliveira. Now, who do you think that is if they're being charged alongside Trump, potentially looking at years in jail? Who might that be? Do you think it's a donor? Maybe it's worth $100 million? Do you think it's one of his senior campaign staff? No. It's just Trump's property maintenance guy. Like a sort of grounds manager, He's the guy that walks around Mar-a-Lago and goes, oh yeah, there's a problem with the boiler on the second floor. Can you go and fix it? That's it. Anyway, according to the FT and according to these allegations, Trump asked the maintenance guy to ask the IT teams to get rid of the security camera footage. And that was just ahead of that big FBI search. And also charged is one of his butlers, Walty Norter. Like, imagine that shit. Like, your job is just to do what the boss says. Can you get me a cup of coffee? Or can you get the kitchen staff to whip up some snacks? Because Breitbart are going to be here in a minute. And then one day, out of the blue, a different request comes in. Could you tell Hank in IT to unplug those servers? And you're like, oh, okay. You just kind of go along with it. It's an instruction from your boss. Like you're not doing it for nefarious reasons. You don't stand to gain anything out of passing the message from this bell end to that bell end. Lo and behold, a year or two later, and you're caught up in a DOJ indictment, potentially looking at years in jail. And this is the problem with people like Trump. There's a cruel, crushing irony to this, in that he is this populist claiming to speak up for a forgotten America. The Rust Belt, former blue-collar workers. I'm your guy. Vote for me. I'll make your lives better. But what is his actual impact on working-class individuals like this maintenance worker, dragging him down into this legal hell with him? I mean, is this guy ain't got any serious legal representation at all? You couldn't imagine the legal hell that guy's life is now going to become.